I have another client. She's a CrossFit coach, high-level CrossFit athlete. She's been to the CrossFit Games. What she was experiencing was she was crazy busy, trained all the time, absolutely loves to train. But her body didn't match her activity level, meaning she was fit, but it wasn't that lean, hard look that she wanted. Why didn't her body match the efforts that she was putting in the gym? She was not eating enough during the day to fuel all of the activity that she was doing. She wasn't overeating at night, which is why she was actually still lean, but she wasn't eating enough during the day. What that causes is the body feels stressed during the day. It increases its cortisol production. That causes an increase in water retention. That reduces fat burning. That reduces the process of building muscle. And if it's prolonged over time, it reduces strength progression as well. So she was underfueling her performance. She was underfueling her recovery and then definitely underfueling her adaptations. So what we did was a very similar thing. We said, okay, are we eating enough protein? And then are we eating enough food during the day? She's highly busy, lots of classes, a lot of activity. She doesn't have time for food. Very reasonable. So for her, an aspect that we leaned into was caloric density. We had to find foods that had a lot of calories, but in a small volume. A great example of this is oils. If you think of avocado oil, olive oil, macadamia nut oil, coconut oil, those types of oils, there's a lot of calories. There's 9 calories per gram when you look at fats. And oils are easier to consume than solid food. It's going to be a little bit easier to eat the oil because you just pour it into what you're already eating. It really doesn't add size or volume to what you're eating. It's, in a sense, hidden calories. So that's what we were looking to do for her. We tried to find, okay, here's all the foods you're currently eating. Here's maybe the bottom 1/3 of the foods you currently eat that aren't calorically dense. Can we start to swap some of these out for foods that are more calorically dense? She wanted to have, and it's a good thing for her, to have vegetables and fruit still in her diet. It helped with digestion, it helped fight against constipation, helped with hydration as well. So we kept the fruits and vegetables in her diet for sure, even though fruits and vegetables aren't considered calorically dense. But we did drizzle oil onto the vegetables. That was one of the big changes we made for her that helped to boost her calories during the day, but it didn't increase her overall food volume. She eventually got to where she had veins over her abs. Lean and mean, looking great, and we've been progressing her strength ever since. So playing around with caloric density was how we progressed the concept that I explained in the first client, the rehab client. We knew that we had to have protein sufficient and consistent, and then we had to have energy nutrients peaked around her workouts. For this client, we took those same concepts, but we added the concept of caloric density. Now, the third client story I'm going to share